My name is Dave Karlikar. Welcome all to another session at Stratyges Consulting. My sincere apologies for little technical hiccups and little wait time. And I sincerely appreciate you investing in technology-focused IT companies. What are we doing now? Well, these are difficult times in light of COVID-19. As per several reports, the entire global environment seems to be in a semi-recession mode and heading for a recession. If you talk about USA, about 50 million people have lost their job. So 2 quarters ago, we were the best economy, and because of COVID-19, within fast forward 2 quarters, we are having a 50 million job loss, which is very difficult. So we are doing our level best in terms of Make America Great Again campaign. So what are we doing? We basically are helping people in terms of enabling them towards acquiring skills, primarily in the IT sphere, that helps them secure the employment, thereby reducing the unemployment for corporate America. The responses so far has been very overwhelming. When we started, we pledged we will train or we will place about 200 to 300 people. That's what we started in the month of April and May. When we actually started, so far we have received 723 professional inquiries wherein people are looking for training and are seeking employment opportunities. Now that's overwhelming. That's almost 3 times more than what we were looking for. And we would like to do our level best as much as we can towards providing them with the training as well as job placement assistance. The technology tracks which I mentioned, we do offer training. Primarily these technology tracks, they range between 6 to 8 weeks, consist of weekdays and weekends. Example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday will be the 3 days during weekdays, 1.5 hour track, and Sunday will be a revision track for you. All these training tracks are recorded because we are talking about almost 2 months. In case you miss on one particular training track, it's recorded archive session where you could do catching up and come up to the speed. All of you will be part of our Telegram and WhatsApp groups. So there is an interdependency, there is a solidarity, there is a fraternity. So there are, you are in the midst of the like-minded people. And depending upon people's interest and the fire in the belly, you can learn as fast and as quick as you can. So why training at Stratyges? I mean, again, some of these questions have came through because we have had a dozen of training sessions so far. So I'm self-answering some of the questions as a part of orientation. So many of you either have gone through various training sessions and or been solicited by several training courses charging anywhere from $500 to $5,000. How are we unique in a way? Well, our uniqueness at Stratyges is very simple. Our training courses are meant to really make a difference in your life, in your career. So, which also means we are not charging any fees for you learning any of these training tracks. It's our art of giving. So we're not trying to seek any quick bucks, making money on you and nickel and dime you and then let you cut and dry. Stratyges Consulting training courses are primarily focused on not theory, but career guided and employment geared focused efforts, wherein along with the theoretical training, you'll be exposed to the practical project work, because we have several projects going on, you'll get an opportunity to tease in to those simulated or real-time projects. And while doing so, that does help boost your confidence, because you're not only mugging it up the theoretical segment of the training, you're actually learning the practical substance, which enables you to write that real-time project experience in your resume. So you walk the talk. That's very important. It also helps you. Our trainers and our instructors will guide you through as to how to tackle those tricky vendor interview preparation questions and answers, as well as at the time of a client interview, how to give your best shot in terms of preparing and clearing the interview. As you reside with a fraternity in terms of that particular track, there will be any given point of time 10 to 15 people. There is an interdependency and there is a solidarity, and the people will rise up to the occasion towards helping each other as and when there is an interview. So you are not working in your individual silo, wandering and wondering. Instead, you are getting the timely help from the trainers as well as from the like-minded professionals like you who are trying to help each other. So, as I said, why IT training? Why not some other odd job? Well, IT or any skill sets in IT means a six-figure salary, right? Most of these tracks are high-end training tracks. That gives you anywhere between $40 to $80 per hour in terms of W-2 wages, or I would say about $90,000 to $150,000 in terms of salary. So it's a good compensation, especially for those who have not seen six-figure. This opens the doorways towards making that. As I said before, this is our simple, humbly said, sincere efforts towards generating employment in the USA and reducing the unemployment. Both the founders at Stratyges Consulting are the first generation immigrant Indian Americans. It's a land of opportunities. We lived our dreams when we came 10,000 miles away. And it's our art of giving back to the community, back to the society, and back to this great nation. In today's session, as I said, this is one of our popular track. I see we have close to 38, 40 people. People are in and out. This is an introductory class. What does that mean? That means we're not going to deep dive in every nitty-gritty of it. It's like a movie trailer. You will get an enough glimpse of what you will be getting into as and when you were to enroll for the session. So it gives you, it's like a cheesy, crisp, and concise overview. So you know enough about the substance of the Salesforce administration and business analysis. It will also provide an opportunity for many of you who have self-taught yourself in in Salesforce administration and business analysis to basically ask questions to the instructors. And both the instructors will be more than happy to answer some of them or most of those questions to you. If you still have any additional doubts, please feel free to send an email at training@stratyges.com, which you will see on this flyer also, so that the trainers, in light of crunch of time as we started late, can answer some of these questions to you. The video, you will see that available within the next 24 to 48 hours on our Stratyges website also. If you see the drop down of Stratyges website, there will be a Salesforce track and there'll be a link where this recorded session will be made available to you. For today's session, we have two trainers, Devika and Murali. Both are industry veterans in terms of Salesforce administration, business analysis. They have done several such tracks and they have trained several batches of people. We have pleasure of working with them. As I said, this is our pro bono art of giving to you guys. So please pay attention to the session for the next hour, 15 minutes, and ask wise questions. And I hope they will address most of these questions. So without doing any further ado, I would like to welcome Murali and Devika, and it's all yours, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dave. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is good, because this is the situation which is really a worst nowadays around the globe, as Dave also said it. And I wish everyone stay safe, stay fine, stay learning. All right, so let me give you my introduction about my job career, about my learning, and about myself. So my name is Devika Goel. I have almost 8 years of experience as a Salesforce admin and a developer and a BA analyst. It's in this 8 years of experience, I have done almost 50 plus projects, being a company person. So I worked with few known companies. First is the Salesforce itself. I worked with them as a Salesforce admin. I started my journey in 2013 with them. And then I moved to HCL as a Salesforce developer. And then I moved to Adobe as a Salesforce consultant. So I'm working in this these entire companies since 2013 till now. And now I'm looking forward my career into a freelancer. Though I'm working as a freelancer since last 3 years, but yes, I'm totally involved into freelancing nowadays. So far, I have trained almost 10 to 12 batches, and yes, I can proudly say that they are happy with me. But yes, it's their all perception, how they want to go, how they want to look at the training, work on the material which I provide to them. Today, I'm just going to tell you that what is Salesforce. We're going to talk about what is the overview around Salesforce, how you can build your career into a Salesforce and a business analyst and developer. So how you can look forward your career into those things. That's pretty all about me. Muli, over to you. You can. Muli, you there?
Do we have Murali?
Yeah, hi Dave.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let me introduce myself first. My name is Murali Krishna, and I have overall 10 years of experience in IT industry. And from last 5 years, I'm working on Salesforce. I'm working as a Salesforce administrator and developer. So I have a little bit of experience on training the people, and mostly I have hands-on. So we both are here to train you, Devika and myself.
Okay, good. Who want to start first?
Thank you so much, Murali, for your introduction. There was some cracking noise in between. So yes, Murali is working from past 5 years on it. And thank you so much for joining me out here as well, Murali. All right, so let's start with exactly how we're gonna proceed. So it will be an idle 5 weeks program. In last 6 weeks, in last 1 week, you'll be getting prepared yourself for the interview. Like 1 week, 2 weeks. So that doesn't matter that what is written on the flyer. It will we will be there to support you always. Till the time you are getting your job and right after that. So it will be learning time would be a 5 weeks program. And I'll be telling you everything in and out of Salesforce and BA Analyst. how to become expert in it. The project would be there. You can do your hands-on practice on the projects. I'll be giving you all training material which is required to gain the practical knowledge. So first and foremost thing, I never go for the theoretical experience. Theoretical for myself is just a bookish knowledge we are gaining. But when we sit on a practical scenario, when we actually work in a company, we stuck. Initially, when I started my career, I started in such a way I studied theory part, but when I first sit on the first practical scenario, I was stuck. So then and there, I decided never to learn theory. Theory is good to gain the knowledge, to gain the certificate, to gain the further details to handle the situation. But when you actually work, you need some practical and hands-on experience, which is really, really important for you to do it. Can I share my screen? Let me just see. I'll share it. Okay. Just launch this. So, perfect. So basically, Salesforce is what? It's a cloud-based platform where we can simply store our database. So this is the journal term we understand as a Salesforce person or as a layman person. So Salesforce is a platform where we can store our database. To manage our database, we use Salesforce. Most of you have used Google Drive, OneDrive. So, sorry. Sorry about that. So OneDrive, Google Drive is what? Where we can store our pictures, we store our database. Same way we go with the Salesforce. That is our personal stuff where we put our database on Google Drive and OneDrive. Salesforce is a business related cloud. So what we do exactly in the Salesforce, how we manage the data. Like being a fresher, I get so many such questions in my mind that what exactly we do in the Salesforce. When I got the answer when I started working on, and my trainer also told me that this is what, this is what, this is what. But I believe once you do the hands-on practice, you'll get to know about it. More, I'm going to give you the overview, but you'll be getting more about it. So Salesforce or a cloud-based computing. Cloud-based computing is like there is one company who already decided to give their server and distribute to different multi-companies. So it can be a small business, it can be a big enterprise business, it can be a startups. So it can be any kind of business, but they can come to me, pay me some fee, and they are good to go. Salesforce is secure, so that is the main thing. There are other platforms too in the market which work similar to what Salesforce provide, but there are pros and cons to each and every platform. Even though Salesforce do have their pros and cons, but on a minimum level. And you might heard about that Salesforce, how it goes, how they started, how they worked on. So it's been almost 12 to 13 years, almost 90, since 2019. Sorry, not 2090, it's 1990. Mark, they separated from the Oracle and they started their Salesforce. It was a team of 5 people. They started their career and they started to design something which is related to, which is a cloud platform, not exactly the Salesforce. Then they moved themselves and progress themselves, they market themselves that, okay, I'm giving you a cloud-based platform. Nobody trusts, that's true. But they gave the platform to the people and few people trusted, okay, let's see what exactly it is. They came, but the security issues, as always with any of the new company, that comes. So people decided, the company people, those who separated from the Oracle, they decided to put the security first in the place to secure the database. So they decided to give a multi-tenant philosophy on the server. So company do not have to set up the big server rooms to run their business, because small companies and startup companies, they really do not want to go for that big investment. They just want something which is on the go at that point of time also, and now also. But that point of time, nobody knows about something like this. But as soon they grow up, they got companies started knowing, and now you know the Salesforce is a big brand name, and they are almost every fourth or fifth company is using Salesforce. So that's about Salesforce. Now, cloud computing. Why we say cloud computing? First of all, Salesforce says they are not a software. They are not at all a software. You cannot download Salesforce anywhere on the computer and use it. It's a online based platform, but with the security, with the multi-tenant philosophy. How they go, what they do. Before I go for it, let's see. Murli, you want to add on something here?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I would like to talk about the difference between the cloud and normal application. For example, if we take a cloud and web application,
sorry to interrupt you,
Sorry,
Murli.
Murli,
Your
your
voice.
audio is really very bad.
Yeah.
Is it audible now?
No, it's really cracking. There's a cracking
No,
noise.
completely cracking.
Murli, just take your time and get the things sorted out, and then you can restart. Let me know once you're ready. So, guys, I just want to tell you one more thing. The cloud computing, there are 4 platforms in the cloud computing. One platform is infrastructure as a service. The another is platform as a service. The third one is the service as a service. And the fourth one is the functional as a service. So these are the 4 type of cloud platform services which is being provided by any of the cloud computing provider, service provider. Now Salesforce work on a platform as a service and service as a service. So they work on these 2 infrastructure design. Okay, so when they work in these 2 platforms, it means that they provide service to the layman user, the user, those who do not know anything about the computer. They know how to get into how to log in into any email service, right? You have logged into your Google account, you have logged into your Outlook account, or most of you have worked with the companies, and then you know how to log in using the username and password. Believe me, using username and password, you can log into Salesforce, nothing else required. You don't need any hardware, you don't need any software to be installed, you don't need any major knowledge regarding setting up Salesforce. Initial knowledge is just how you just need the username and password and get into the Salesforce. Now, most of you were thinking that, okay, I don't have much computer knowledge. Can we learn Salesforce? Yes, of course. You can learn Salesforce. There's nothing so hi-fi, or there's nothing so what do you say? There's nothing so technical in it. You just have to remember and memorize, like you play on the game. You don't know initially that how to play the game, but when there's a demo, like 4 or 5 slides, that okay, you have to click here, you have to click there, and you're on. You start playing the game. Same here. It's a kind of a playground for you to play. Just play around, play with the security. That's only Salesforce says. Do not corrupt your data. That's it. So that's why Salesforce provides there is a test environment too with the actual purchased environment where you can play more with your existing setup as a company. So you don't touch your existing database, you do not lose anything in Salesforce main environment. You just do whatever you want to do in the test environment. So that's the playground they provide for you to play. Molly, you're on?
Yes, Devika. Is it audible now?
Yes, it's better now. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So here I would like to talk about the difference between cloud and normal application. For example, if you take cloud and web application, the main difference between these applications is the architecture. A web application should have a continuous internet connection to function. But if we come to cloud application, cloud-based application, it performs tasks on a local computer. And an internet connection is required preliminarily only for downloading and uploading the data. And even if we take cloud and desktop applications are platform dependent. That means it requires separate version for each operating system. For example, for Windows, we should have a specific version, but it will not work for Mac OS. So we should have different versions for different operating systems. And so if we update the applications for multiple versions, it increases the development cost and time, and it also requires installation. It's an extra work. But in the cloud applications, a single version can be accessed through a variety of devices and operating systems. And these are platform independent. Like if you open Google Chrome, so we can access Salesforce from any operating system. From Mac we can access, and from laptop, from Windows we can access, and even from the mobile phone we can access. Yeah, over to you, Devika.
Thank you, Molly. Yeah. So what he said is between the difference between the cloud and normal application. So it's just a simple one-liner also to add on Molly's point as well. That normal application, you generally install application on the system, then you have to have that particular laptop or the device with you all the time when you go for the market, right? Because it's really tough for the sales team to have to carry the devices if the application is not on their tab or not on their phone. But cloud-based application, it can be anything. It can be any cloud-based application. We can access anywhere. For really good example, when suppose you purchase a new phone, you get into the new phone, just log into your email ID, Gmail account, and everything is there. Ooh, that's all. You don't have to get your contact transfer from one phone to another because you already saved to your Gmail account. You don't have to transfer your photos. You're already there on the Google Drive. Everything is there with one email ID and password. That's it. Now, what is the advantage of using the cloud? Basically, the advantage is that you always know that your data is available anytime on the go. Even if you're not there on the computer, not there in the office, not sitting on an AC room and doing your job, you're on the field, you're working, you're meeting with the clients, you have things ready. That's the very and the foremost advantage of the cloud. That's the main reason people are nowadays, the small companies are nowadays feeling so relaxed, so happy that they know they have everything set up. They don't need big rooms for the server to set up. They just need 2 cabins. They can sit in there with the laptop and they can start working. They can start focusing on their product, which they want to sell it out, instead of focusing on all the typical IT stuff. And then you know what happened with the companies. IT stuff, when you install IT things, there are regular problems because that's a machinery thing. In cloud, you don't have those such problems. That's the second advantage of it, being using it. The third advantage is there's never cutout problem. Salesforce or any cloud says, if you use our server, it is not gonna cut out anytime. You just need the internet and that's it. That's it to start. Now the positivity of Salesforce is you can even use that when you are having a little bit of internet connection. It's so light, it's so workable that you can use it at that point of time. So people reach it out to Salesforce. But being a cloud, you can run your business anywhere, anytime. On the cloud, you can start uh, automating your business. And like previously, we send out emails to the users. How we do it? We have to write the email, then enter one by one client names and then email address of the clients, and then send out the email. Now, with the cloud computing and with the CRMs is customer relationship management tool. With the CRMs, it's pretty easy. We'll look forward. I'll tell you more in detail. Over to you, Murli. You want to talk about multi-tenant?
Thank you, Devika. Yes. Before that, I would like to add one more point to the advantages of the cloud.
Sure.
Cost saving is the biggest advantage of the cloud. So moving to the cloud, it will reduce the cost of managing and maintaining the IT systems. Rather than purchasing expensive systems and equipment for business and paying more salaries for expert staff, we can reduce out the cost by using the resources of cloud computing. And even the cloud is scalable. We can, whenever we want, we can increase the cloud capacity based on the demand of the business. And talking about multi-tenant application, it's an environment in which a single instance of a software application serves multiple customers. We can even call them multiple tenants. So the tenants may personalize some components of the applications like color, theme, but they can't change the core functionality of the application. For example, take a residential apartment. That apartment can have different kinds of flats like single bedroom, double bedroom, and triple bedroom flats. So we have some tenants also staying in that apartment. So based on the few parameters like number of family members, budget, etc., the tenants will select the type of the flat they need. Some tenants select single bedroom and some select double bedroom, etc. But all the tenants stay in the same apartment. In the same way, depending on their business size, they select the capacity in the cloud. For the business, which is an initial stage, it requires a minimal capacity. And for the large businesses, it needs maximum capacity. But all the data will be stored at one place. This is a multi-tenancy in the cloud. Over to you, Devika.
Thank you so much, Murli. Yes, multi-tenant application is to like be multiple tenants on under the same roof. So same with the Salesforce and with the cloud computing also, that you can have multiple companies under the same roof, but without getting interfered by another person, another tenant. So I already talked about the types of cloud computing. So there are 4 types of platforms we can use for the cloud computing. One is IaaS. IaaS is the infrastructure as a service. So this is a basic category of cloud that allows you to rent IT infra like server, VMS. So this is the basic category. The another one is the platform as a service. So platform as a service is PaaS. That refers the supply on demand category basically. So whatever you demand, it will be supplied to you. The another one would be software as a service. It's a SaaS, on which Salesforce really work. They provide the service, which is not, software is not there for the Salesforce, but yes, they provide as a software service. Another one is the function as a service. It is generally dependent upon the functionality So the Salesforce again work as a function on a service. So let's move to another one. Ravi, you want to take, sorry, Muli, you want to take what is CRM?
Yes, Devika, thank you.
Sure.
And CRM is nothing but customer relationship management. The companies use this technology for managing the organization's relationships and interactions with the customers. So the main goal of CRM is to improve the relationship with the customer. So at any cost, the company should not lose the customer's data. And it is very important to connect with customers and maintaining their data for every business. And whatever the CRM, that CRM helps the organization to maintain relationship with individual people like customers, users, colleagues, and even suppliers. And it also helps in marketing and finding the new customers and bringing them to our business and providing support to them. And it gives everyone from sales, customer service, marketing, and others. It gives a better way to manage the external interactions and relationships. So mainly, the companies use the CRM to maintain the customers' data in their database, and at any cost, they should not lose the relationship with the customer. So that is the main purpose of this CRM. And over to you, Devika.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Muli. I'm sorry about the name. I'm really confused in it. Yeah, thank you so much. So yes, CRM and the types of CRM. CRM, as you know, it's a customer relationship management tool. Now, types of CRM. Types of CRM is, one is just to store the data. You just want your, like an Excel file, you store your customer data in their name, email address, phone number. Same, there are some these type of CRMs too, where you can store your database. But if you talk about more CRMs like Zoho, it's one of the CRM. There are more in the market. I work with Salesforce, so I know more about the Salesforce. So these type of CRMs, have you used the Urban Pro? Most of the Indian people have used it. That is also a kind of a CRM. They provide the services, they provide the on-ground services instead of the cloud services. So these are all type of CRM. Salesforce is the another type of CRM, which allows you to do some automation with the customer data management, with the your business workability. So like Urban Pro, Salesforce, Zoho, these all are on the different platforms. Zoho is more like the Salesforce one, but yes, it's a simple platform CRM. People can use it for their contact details, for their email details, and all those. The Urban Pro kind of CRM is the on-ground service provider CRM, so where you can get the services at your place by just contacting them or by just putting the requirements. You get all the product list and then you can order your services. The Salesforce is another kind of CRM which is not accessible by the user, the client user. It is accessible by your own internal company people, and then they can use it. Your partner can use Salesforce, but not your exact customers can use the Salesforce. That's the kind of types of CRM. We'll talk more about it when we start, what's exactly how it works, how it goes. So we'll talk more about it. So let's move to another one. Yeah. Okay. Muli, do you want to let them know that what is the Salesforce versus Force.com platform?
Yes, Devika.
Yep.
As she explained earlier, platform as a service and software as a service. Here, the Force.com, it comes under platform as a service. So it provides the platform like to develop the coding and testing and delivering and managing the software applications. So it provides the hardware and software on its own infrastructure. And the Salesforce comes under software as a service. So it's basically the software as a service is a method of delivering the software applications. So it helps us to host and manage the software applications and handle any software upgrades. The benefits of the software as a service is easy administration and automatic updates. So whenever the Salesforce updates something, so it will be automatically updated. So we don't need to do anything. And all the users will have the same version of the software. And the main examples of software as a service are Salesforce and Google Apps. So those are the examples. And the Salesforce, actually, it makes us to use the force.com. And we can store the data into the Salesforce. So it's like it provides a software through the internet. Over to you, Devika.
Thank you so much, Murli. Yeah, so as Murli said it's just to add, Salesforce is on the force.com platform. So force.com is a platform as a service. So all the written coding of Salesforce is done on the force.com platform, so that you can use it as your ongoing platform and you can use it as the server. Now let's talk about the Salesforce edition and licensing. Yes, Salesforce is a paid software, but they don't ask for the payment for the software to use. They ask the payment for the license you consume in the software. Starting from one license to thousands of licenses you can purchase from Salesforce, and it won't let you go slow. They will just add on the license and you're good to go and have your company people on board on the Salesforce. So currently Salesforce providing 5 editions from the basic to the advanced. The basic one is the essential, the advanced one is the performance. In the basic license, it works as a basic CRM tool. You just can do simple automations like sending out an email in a bulk. So that sort of automations you can do through the basic edition. And in the advanced, you can do all the hardcore coding and the automations. So Salesforce allow himself to modify the way you want to run the business. That's the main and the main picture of Salesforce, that it allows you to modify itself to be used in the market, which normal applications do not allow, because once they have been created, they stays like it. You have to use the way it has been created. But Salesforce allow you to modify itself. Okay, so that's why developers are in there. They modify the system in such a way that companies feels like they own this software. They have their own software. Nobody can interrupt. Nobody can use what they have customized, what they have configured in the system, in the Salesforce. So they use their system as their own by just paying the license cost. So there are 5 editions, as I said it. First one is the essential, is the basic one. The another one is the performance, professional. That's the second one. It's lower than the minimum advanced, but upper than the essential one. The another one is the enterprise edition. That's the most of the big brands use. The third one is the you can say unlimited edition. The fourth one is the unlimited edition. There's no major difference between the enterprise and unlimited edition of Salesforce, just the space difference, and the space and the licenses you can purchase. The fifth one is the performance edition. So these are the 5 editions of Salesforce. Licensing cost vary along with the edition. So that's the company call. Generally, company starts with the professional, but yes, there are companies or the startup businesses, those who purchase essential edition. Now let's move to the database design concept. How the database...
Devika, 5 editions again, please.
Yeah, sure. It's essential, professional, enterprise, unlimited, and performance.
Thank you.
Sure. Now, the next is database design and concept. So how the database is designed under Salesforce. So you might feel all these so heavy words, objects, data. Those who are from the development background, they might know about the objects and the data and records and all. But in a layman term, it is just how your particular client data flow. So just forget about what I have written over here. I just wrote it to give you just a look up towards how we're gonna work in the Salesforce. But when you work on an Excel, just an example, when you work on an Excel, you create a table, right? You create a simple table. Most of you have worked on the Excel. You simply create what? You create the name. There's a column called name where you will enter all the people name. Then you create email address. The column email address will contain all the emails. Then there is a phone number. The phone number would be there. Then there is address field, which will contain the address. So it's a basic information which you're storing of your client, whomsoever you're calling. If you have all these details in your hand, it would be easy for you to talk. Same you do with the Salesforce. It is just there are few different names you utilize here in order to store your customer database. Objects, application, data, schema builder. I'm not gonna go in detail with the schema builder and master detail relationship, but this is how the data is being designed in the Salesforce. First, there is an application which is your Salesforce application. Now, under the application, you get some of the objects. So what is objects? To give you a mirror example, on a Excel, you create sheets. So these are the objects. Each sheet contains different data. Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. You can have one application which is your entire Excel, and then there are different sheets on that particular Excel. So sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, like your objects. Objects means where you can store your database. Then you enter on sheet 1, you have name, email address, phone number, address. That's your sheet 1. Another is sheet 2. You have your account, company name, company website, company phone number, company person name. That's your sheet 2. Two different data storing point. The same is in Salesforce. You get several different data storing point where you can store different kind of database and link your one page data to another. So most of you have used VLOOKUP. You can use VLOOKUP in order to store your data, connect your data from one sheet to another sheet and bring it over, right? To see the relevancy. So same in Salesforce too. You can connect your system together by bringing up the relevancy, to bring the relevancy, okay? Not going in detail, field history tracking, it allows you to see that what exactly has been changed in the system and what exactly not changed in the system. It allows you to see that, and rest of them are related to the data flow. Okay, Muli?
Yes, Devika.
Yeah, over to you.
Thank you. And if we talk about the user interface, it is nothing but what the user can see. So what is the data user can able to see when he logs on into the Salesforce? So we have tabs and different types of different types of tabs in Salesforce and page layouts. And so these are, we can use them to view a specific data. So for example, if we take a financial department and technical department. So financial department people can see the employee's salary. So So that's if we take the employee salary as a field, so they should have access to the employee salary field, financial department. So why? Because they deal with the finance. And if we come to IT departments, so they should not see that field, that employee which employee is getting how much salary. So they doesn't require the field. So these we can manage this in the page layouts and tabs. We have, I'm not going in detail, but tabs and types. So we have Salesforce tabs and Visual Force tabs. Visual Force tabs nothing but so to view the different data, same as Salesforce tabs, but we can customize the Visual Force tabs. If you want, if you don't want to use the standard tabs, then we can develop Visual Force tabs, and we can able to arrange the fields whatever we want. So these all tabs and page layouts come under user interface. So mainly the main purpose of this is to arrange the fields and to make them to view the data. So which data needs to be viewed by which user. So we need to, the Salesforce administrator will decide that. Over to you, Devika.
Thank you so much, Murli. Yes, so basically Salesforce admin, what is Salesforce admin? I'm sorry, I forgot to talk about it. Salesforce admin is basically the heart of this company. They manage everything, like our heart manage everything, the blood supply, the sensitivity, everything is managed by the heart. Same Salesforce admin function. They do not develop anything, but yes, they supply. Whenever there is any issue with the people, those who are working in the company, they reach out to Salesforce admin because he or she, the person who is working as a Salesforce admin, knows in and out of Salesforce, whether it's related to development, whether it's related to the customization or the admin automation. They know everything because everything goes from them. So everything supplies from them through the Salesforce admin. Okay. So being a Salesforce admin means you'll be taking care of each and every thing in the Salesforce which is being used by the company employees. You have to make sure the background functionality work as expected by the company. Now, security awareness, security management, security awareness. Security, what is security? When we own a house, we first see whether this house is secure or not. The area is secure for us or not. Same here. When we purchase any CRM, we want to make sure that whether it is secure or not. If it is not secure, in that case, you are not going to trust the company. You are not going to enroll with the company and get the license. So that's the first and the foremost thing which any company require before they start with any of the cloud-based environment. So security, Salesforce provide a very good level of security. There are few phases of security you can enable in your system, which will let you use the system properly and securely. Whatever you put into your CRM, nobody else can see it. Now, there's one thing which you might see, it's similar, but why the other person cannot see my database, the other company? Because Salesforce divided himself into such a way that, okay, you are onto one container, but I have created a separate rooms in the container. So we talked about the multi-tenant. Now there's one container, that's the multi-tenant basically. But we divide the container to make sure that everybody can fit in and nobody can see other person. That's the way we divide the container into. So same way, Salesforce provides you the container access. You get into the container, but you cannot see anybody else's container, anybody else part in the same container. but you see your only database and make it secure by enabling level of securities in Salesforce. So the first level of security is the user authentication. So user authentication is your password security. You provide the password to the system and get into the system. Then there are other level of securities which says profiles, roles, sharing settings. So we'll talk more in detail about it. Just to give you a brief idea that what you do in the system and what your manager does in the system, you don't know, right? You just know that your data is being viewed by your manager so that it can go further, right? Your work is being reviewed by your manager. But when it comes to the appraisal time, you don't know what kind of appraisal you'll be getting because your manager viewed your database, so he knows only, or your manager knows only that what kind of appraisal you have to get, we have to give to you. So we structure Salesforce structure itself into such a way that inside the team as well, we go by the hierarchy. Means if I'm the rep and there's another person who is a manager, then there is a senior manager, then there is a director, VP and all. So they go by that base and they view the data in that flow. So that we call a hierarchy. So it's a tree structure, hierarchy structure. Sharing, you share your database. So permission set queues. These are all variety of securities we do in Salesforce. Once we set up all these securities, your data is secure from anywhere, from everywhere. Okay. By default also, it is secure, but yes, we have to make sure we make it more secure. The business layer, this is basically you do automation in here. So validation rule, workflows, approval, Lightning process builder. So Lightning is nothing but the environment of Salesforce. So these are the business layer. It lets you run your business smoothly, comfortably. You just automate the requirement you have and it is done. Like the email example I have already given, I just want to update something on basis of one of my other data. Yes, you can do it automatically. No manual intervention required. As soon as a person updates something on somewhere else in Salesforce, let's suppose on the company detail, they update something on the company detail page, everything gets updated on the contact detail page. Okay, so that we can do it by the business layer automation. So what is business layer? Business layer means that can help you to run your business more smoothly so that you can focus on your sales marketing strategies. You can focus on your other work which requires to be in there. So that's business. It gives you a layer that where you can just simply do a one-time task and you're done. We'll talk more in detail whenever we start. We'll talk more in detail. Muli, over to you.
Yeah, I'll take it. Regarding the data management, sometimes we get a situation like we need to insert data into Salesforce from third party. Like if we take a Excel sheet, from Excel sheet we need to insert the data into Salesforce into some objects. To make these insertions, and we need to update the data, insertions and updations, deletions. So we have two tools here. One is the data import wizard and second one is the data loader. So we have a few limitations with data import wizard. We cannot insert more than 50,000 records by using the data import wizard. To perform these DML operations like insert, update, upsert, delete, so we use these two tools. Upsert is nothing but, you may be heard of insert and delete and update, but upsert, here there is one more concept of upsert. It is nothing but combination of insert and update. So if the record is already exist in the Salesforce, then it will update the data. If the record is not exist in the Salesforce, it will just insert the data. So to perform these DML operations, we use the data import wizard and data loader. To use this, actually, we have to select the object and we have to map the fields, like to which fields, to which object we are inserting the data and which data should go to which field. So we have to define it manually. So by using this, we can able to perform DML operations. Deepika, can you go to next slide?
Yeah.
Your analytics, it is nothing but to view the reports. So for example, we should show our quarterly results to our customers. So in that case, we use the reports and dashboards. So it gives us the opportunity to analyze the data based on certain scenarios, like how much the revenue we have generated in last financial year and how much revenue generated in a particular department in that financial year. So these kind of reports we can able to generate by using the reports and dashboards. And we have already some existing custom report types. So if I explain this, it will be in detail. So over to you, Devika, if you want to
Sure.
explain anything.
So just to add on a few points here with the data management, what Murli said, that's totally true. But maybe on the initial point, the SDL technology and everything is not so the hearable words. So what you do when you upload, for example, I'm taking as a video uploading, you upload the video, you download the video, or you delete the video. So same you do with the managed data. So data, as Murli said it, it's from the Excel you put into the system. So yes, you create one Excel, you put the data into system that says import. Then the update means you already have the data existing in the system. Means you're updating you edit the video and you re-update the video. So that same goes with the data. Then upsert is something not normally done. So it's a combination, as Murli said, it's a combination of your importing and updating. So you just want everything to be whatever already exists gets updated in the system, and whatever is new is in there, you insert in, you import in the system. And then delete. Delete is the simple functionality. There are two tools, but there are more third-party tools which is available in the market. We don't use them because Salesforce do not allow. There could be a problem with the tools. They can hack the data, so Salesforce do not allow to use those tools. But yes, if you company use it, good. There is no objection. Analytics is nothing but like you analyze the data. You analyze your monthly reports. You analyze your manager do analytics on your rating. So that's how it goes. For that, you need some graphical representation. You need some database to set up your annual appraisal. So that goes with the analytics. You can do everything in the Salesforce. There's nothing outside required. You can even though get the data out from Salesforce in the form of Excel. That's in your hand. You can schedule your reports. I mean, if you want that, okay, on this particular time, this report should run always or send out to me as an Excel format. Yes, you can do that. You can share the reports too. So there is a sharing concept too. So you can do whatever you think from a business prospect, you can do with the Salesforce. That is the reason why Salesforce is so in demand rather than the other software, rather than the other cloud-based application. That's the more and the overall conclusion of using the Salesforce is you are getting your business started right after purchasing the Salesforce. No further cost, no bulky stuff, nothing required, just a room. Your home room can be a laptop. That's it. You're good to go. You can start the business. Thank you so much, guys, for listening us out and for hearing all these stuff regarding Salesforce, other CRMs. This is the time you can ask your questions if you have any, and we'll be happy to answer you. Muli, if you want to add on something, please go ahead.
No, Devika, that's fine. If you have any queries, then you can please ask.
Sure.
Hello, Devika.
Hi.
Aprajita here.
Hi, Prajita.
My question is that I don't have any coding knowledge. Does Salesforce is suitable for me?
Yes, it is. It is really suitable because Salesforce initially say you don't require any coding knowledge. Being an admin, you can always be there. Okay, you don't just need a computer knowledge, like how to get into the computer, how to open the browser. That's it. You can start from there. You can start learning from there. Nothing else you require.
Okay. Thank you, Devika.
Well,
Hey, Devika, Srinivas again. I am just following up Parajita. So when it
yeah.
comes to similar activity, when you say we conduct majorly the analytics and present analytics back to the client, where Salesforce is already in use. So we get into that client side as an admin and try actually managing or manipulating in terms of presenting the analytics. So it comes the same way when what Aparajita now used, that do I need to actually use any kind of query languages to actually get access to the modify or merge my data when it comes to analytical presentation as an admin?
No. So as an admin, you don't need any query language to merge your analytical representation or to get your data access. So when you do the analytical representation on the reporting side, it is already everything is there in the Salesforce. You just have to drag and drop or enter your logic. It's not query, it's a logic. It says like, okay, so I just want a data which is created last week. So I just need the date when it was created and the logic. Okay, so after the week, after that particular date, I need entire data. So it would be like greater and equals, right? So that date greater
So
equals
here
to
we are,
you have data.
okay, so here we are looking at Salesforce only as a reporting tool or some kind of a data logging tool where it would
No,
just record the data and then present them out towards as a report. Is that so? Or is there anything that Salesforce in particular as an external tool be sufficing to any kind of say Scrum and Agile environment?
so no, it is actually, there is no external tool available. We don't look Salesforce as an external tool. Basically, we use it as an internal tool. So Scrum and Agile management is not a part of a Salesforce. So it's not really going along with the Salesforce. Agile management is basically on the management side. I'm not so sure about the Agile and the Scrum management because I never worked on that platform. But yes, it's on the management side. So what we use Salesforce, we use Salesforce for the data management, first of all, that you said it already. The second, we use it for the business automation. So it's basically for the business automation, we use Salesforce or any CRM tool. So for the agile management and scrum management, you just can fetch out the database which you already in there in the form of your forecasting prospects. So that would be two technical things. But yes, if you understand it's a forecasting prospect, we can do forecasting with the Salesforce and to see your future revenue, to see your future generation of the revenue with your existing data set. So that we can do with the forecasting, but that depends upon the company, that how they have set it up, how they have been using the products and the forecasting in the picture.
Thank you.
Hi, Devi.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Keshan from Melbourne. A quick question.
Yeah.
This course, would you be doing in Salesforce Classic or Lightning version?
So it would be, which one? I'm sorry.
Lightning.
Lightning and Classic, both of them are, this course will be doing in both.
Okay then, thank you.
Hi Devika, hi Murli, this is Pooja.
Hi, Pooja.
My question is, does Salesforce suitable for small businesses also?
Yes, Pooja, actually it's a good question. Small business people cannot afford more money in the initial stage. The cloud-based solutions are ideal for business with growing small businesses. So if your business demands capacity, increase your cloud capacity. So can you please go on mute? Okay. So if your business demands increase in the capacity, then you can easily increase your cloud capacity without having to invest a physical infrastructure. So we can spend the amount based on the cloud capacity which we have. This level of agility that Salesforce provides, it's a real advantage actually. So whenever the people want to increase the cloud capacity, they can increase.
Thank you.
Devika Nidhi this side. I have a question. Yeah. Wanted to ask, like after attending this training, will I go for certification? Like, I mean, would this training be sufficient for preparing me for certification, or do I need to, study more through?
No. So this training would be sufficient for you to go for the 201 certification. So admin 201 certification. So we are focusing towards the admin 201 certification also at the end of this training, so that people can clear the certification. When you do the certification, it's always good to have something add-on the resume. So if you have done certification, company give the preference to the people, those who hold the certification rather than those who do not hold the certification. So that's important to hold at least one certification if you're going for particular technology. So that's really good. And yes, this training is going to be sufficient enough for the 201.
So will you be providing some like theory material, as you said, like this training is mostly based on real-time experience?
Yes, the practical hands-on and the theory material would be there. So let me show you something which I have already there. So this is the kind of theory book which I'll be providing you. So that's a Salesforce theory book.
We don't see anything.
Just a second. Sure. Can you see that now?
No.
No, Devika.
Not as yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
Okay, it's good now. We can see
Yeah,
it now.
it's good. Oh.
Yeah, now we can see it.
Okay, so this is a book which is almost 274 page books, and it also says ADM 201 student guide. So this is actually a theory guide. So everything, each theory, each topic related theory would be here. They take example of AW computing. So this book is authorized by the Salesforce itself. So it's nothing handwritten, nothing like that. This book is authorized by Salesforce itself, but this book is generally not available in the market. It's only with the Salesforce people, those who worked with Salesforce or those who are working with the Salesforce. But yes, you will get each and everything, and it's a very detailed book. You will learn every aspect of the book, every aspect of the Salesforce through this book. I'll be not using more of this book. I'll be using a bit, but I'll be going more into technical and the hands-on work so that you gain the hands-on knowledge. But I'll be sharing this book with each one of you so that you can start using it and you can start learning from it with the training. So like words, So when you go and sit for the exam, you should focus on your words. Okay, so whatever the words are being chosen over there, that that kind of knowledge you will gain from this book. After this book is complete, there would be a practical guide which I'll be sharing with the entire team. So that will be a practical guide. I'll give you that guide too to practice the entire platform of a Salesforce, and that will give you more visibility that what all you can do, because that is like a project. So you start from one point, you end to the entire by setting up entire company structure in the Salesforce. So that book will be there also. So that is also like 250-page book. So almost 500 pages for you to study.
Hey Devika, hey Murli, thanks for the wonderful introduction. This side Shuchi. So like I have couple of questions. Like I already spent almost 2.5 years on Salesforce Commerce Cloud as business analyst in United States. I am in Ohio, and recently I got laid off because of this COVID situation. So like from past 30 days, I am searching the jobs in the market. So if I talk about the Commerce Cloud as business analyst, so in my region, in central United States or Midwest United States, we don't have much opportunities if I talk about Commerce Cloud thing. They are more into the East Coast side or the West Coast side. So why I got forced to think about the Salesforce administration certification, as it has pretty much more opportunities comparatively to the Commerce Cloud. So my question is, how this Salesforce Administration 201 certification will help me to get the job, and how I can use my previous experience, which is into the Commerce Cloud, and my like couple of projects were into the Marketing Cloud as well. As if I go through the internet, so Salesforce is offering Commerce Cloud, Service Cloud, and then there is an advertising studio. So like it's such a complex ecosystem, and being a layman, sometimes I really get confused what to select and what will be optimum if I talk about my career option or the growth.
Okay, so that's really a nice thing, because nice question too, because people now in such a situation almost think that, okay, I have a limited knowledge, but if I gain more, how it is going to help me out with my career opportunities and how I can search the job. So Salesforce admin means you know everything in the system. As I said before also, that everything goes by the Salesforce admin hands. Currently, you know Commerce Cloud. Currently, you have worked with the Marketing Cloud too. Have you ever worked with the Sales Cloud or a Service Cloud?
No, like, and like as far as Commerce Cloud is concerned, I work directly into the system because we got the access to the business manager. But as far as the Marketing Cloud is concerned, we never get the access to the Marketing Cloud. I just worked upon the requirements which business is giving us. So like there were a couple of requirements. One is the personalization of emails, and the another one is the transaction emails. So like a pretty small part, if I talk about Marketing Cloud, I worked upon.
So email management, you worked on the Marketing Cloud. Okay, that's actually the main key feature of the Marketing Cloud, of doing the email management and email campaigning. So that's the main feature of the Marketing Cloud. But yes, you worked on marketing and commerce board. So that's your positive point. Now you just need to learn few more things. Most of things you already know, most of the technical things you already know in Salesforce. You just need more focus on the sales and service cloud now, so that you know you learn Salesforce as an entire package. So yes,
exactly,
Salesforce,
that's my role. I don't want to get out of this Salesforce ecosystem, because I love Salesforce, and the most important part, it's on rising side. Like I'm pretty much clear that I just want to get into this sector which have more opportunities, so that wherever I am, because I being a female, being a married woman and a child, I don't have that flexibility of relocating myself for every job.
That's true. That's actually with the scenario with the every working lady. So I'm myself a working lady, so I have a kid, a small kid too. So that's okay. You'll be just focus on learning the entire Salesforce instead of a one specific cloud. because I know the cloud demand is there. Like you should have experience on marketing cloud or sales cloud or a service cloud. But when you get more and more, look for the more opportunities, they never ask for the specific cloud. They ask you for the admin as an entire Salesforce, so that you can handle their all aspect of marketing, being a marketing
Okay.
sales for their sales, their services. So you can handle each and everything in the system instead of just handling one particular part of Salesforce. Because nowadays, what is happening? Company are not affording more than one or two admins. So if there is only one or
Mhm.
two admin going to be there in the system, they cannot have people afford people that who only have one particular cloud knowledge. Salesforce divide itself into particular clouds, but
Mm-hmm.
company mostly don't require. They require a person who have all everything in one hand, like one packet with all this stuff. So there is
Okay.
a hunger. They just want to eat, but they want variety of food. So they want everything in a one packet, so they don't have to purchase separately. That's how it
Okay.
works. Okay, so
Okay.
admin platform is gonna really help you if you clear your certification. Do you hold any certification?
No, I didn't did any certification because I tried to did something for the Commerce Cloud, but I worked as a business analyst, not a
Mm-hmm.
developer. And
Mm-hmm.
Commerce Cloud right now they don't have any kind of admin certification. They have certification for solution architect, which
Yes,
requires coding knowledge.
which requires coding knowledge. Yes. So basically, you cannot do even solution architect certification like this. You should have some basic certification done before you go for the solution architect.
Correct.
Because being a solution architect is you are on a top level. So yes, you just have to get the certification. Once you have certification on your resume, you are
Mm-hmm.
good. You have your experience that we can be modified, and you're good to go and serve in the market.
Okay. Okay, Devika, just one more question. Sorry,
Mhm.
I'm taking a bit of your time.
That's okay.
If I'm trying to I'm trying to imagine the role of a business analyst under the kitty of Salesforce administration. So, like, how business analyst will work who is Salesforce admin certified? It is like something who will just take the requirements from the business and whatever customizations they want in existing platform, or the
Mm-hmm.
most important point which I am guessing would be the automation, uh,
Yes.
like implementing the business rule for the automation.
So that's actually what your point is. So that's the same thing business analyst does in the system. They take the requirement first from the client side. So they take the
Mm-hmm.
requirement in such a way they can pitch them also. So what business analyst does, they analyze the entire business, how the business is currently set it up, and they give more of the reason that okay, you should not go this way, you should go that way. So that require your admin knowledge along with the business analyst knowledge, right? So once you have the business and business Salesforce admin knowledge, you'll be able to pitch them in a more brief way
Okay.
that this is how your system can be set it up. If you put the
Okay.
requirement in front
So.
of me, you give me flow chart. Okay, I can
Mm-hmm.
set your system like this way, which would be a
Correct.
detailed, documented way which business analysts generally create. Documented
Correct.
way should be in such a detail. Okay, word by word can be understood, and
Mm-hmm.
people can
Mm-hmm.
get the system work. They can visualize the system. Okay, so they said this, so I'll be getting this. So this is the work of business analyst. Admins cannot do that much description. They can work whatever
Correct.
you tell them, but business analyst knows how to let them into the words. So you learn
Okay.
flowchart, you learn the technology that describe the flowchart into words. So that is business analyst job. You describe the flowchart into words.
Okay, so does this training have like any session as this, the title of the training is Salesforce Administration and Business Analysis. So does it like business analyst, you are talking about the analytical skills of analyzing the data, or like does it actually means business analyst for which I am talking about?
So it will be both ways. Analytical stuff will be there because that is also required to analyze the database. That will also be required because being an admin, you need to know about that too. And
Mhm.
what you have just told, that is also will be a part of this training.
Okay, thank you, Devika. So sorry I took such a long time.
No, that's fine.
That's okay. That's fine. That's really good.
Suchi, just to add you, this is Dave. Just to add you to what experience you have got, please send an email to training@strategies.com.
Okay, I will
Reason
do that.
being, just to add, we are Salesforce product partners. So we always have some of the other SOWs in the project we're going on. So if you want to tap into something, just to keep yourself current and adhere to the new technologies, we'll be more than happy to keep you current, and you can get that experience added to your resume. So send an email with a cover note elaborating you attended this session, blah, blah, blah. And then the HR will get back to you sometime tomorrow afternoon. Thank you.
Yeah, I will send you ASAP.
And Shuchi, this is Ravi Narayan. Again, like I'm with Dev Karlekar, and you can we encourage people to work remote, and we understand people like this situation where people are single parents, and we understand people working remote. And Salesforce is one of the technologies. Salesforce or SharePoint are one of the few technologies where you can work remote. So that's why we are into Office 365 and Salesforce heavily, and we can help you out, I think.
Yeah, thank you so much. I will do that. I will definitely do that. I just want to use my quarantine time to get some certification, and because I just got laid off in the month of June. So I'm actively looking for an opportunity, and my personal preference is that I don't want to get out of the Salesforce ecosystem.
Yeah, and if you can send your email to us, and we can further help you out. And then also if you have any other skills business analyst and admin goes hand in hand together, because as Devika said, the requirement analysis, data modeling, all these are complementary skills.
Yeah, I completely understand that. I completely understand that.
Yeah. And I wanted to also add to Srinivas' questions. He was otherwise I'll skip that question. I'll get back to him separately. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, yeah. I will just send you the email. It will have my email ID, or you can just send me or I can send my personal email ID to you in the chat box, and then you can just send me.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah. Go ahead, actually. Okay, go ahead, Devika. Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah, I have one question. Wanted to know how the placement goes after the training. You have opportunities already available with you, or we are going to find it on our own?
So it's over to Dev and Ravi.
So Nidhi, again, this is Dev. If you heard me telling Suchi, we are Salesforce product partners. What does that mean? That means wherever Salesforce sells their license or renew their license, there is always some kind of customization or tweaking is required. And that's where those small, mid-sized clients wants that to be done either by Salesforce or the Salesforce partner companies. Salesforce charges are too expensive, needless to say. So Salesforce will point it to the small, mid-sized companies, to any of those partner companies, right? Small projects, doing the POC, doing the statement of work, and the whole 9 yards, which is not their interest, because their ticket size is bigger. Okay, they would not touch it if it is less than $250,000. We will do it anything and everything, because for us it's a project and work. So there are a lot of opportunities. Again, it all depends upon what skills, what experience, location. In this COVID-19, everything is remote, so that's a good thing. One of the things which COVID-19 taught us is we can work remote. So once you are done during the training, after the training, you will expose to some of these projects and all. Ideally, we want you to work for Fortune 1000 clients, because that's where the real money is. but you can tease into some of our in-house projects. That gives you something to write in your resume, and that also boosts your confidence. And then depending upon, again, your constraint or your preferences, we will find you a job. Because we are Salesforce partners, we are miles ahead of other Tom, Dick, and Harry who just trying to do some body shopping. Because we are, again, we are a projects and a products and an SOW company. Does that answer your question, Nidhi? Okay, I think she dropped. Okay.
Hey, there we go. Dave,
Hi.
if time permits, this time, Andy, I just had a quick question for you.
Yeah, hi, Andy.
Yeah, there we go. It's a very straightforward question. What I see in the market today, I just wanted to know what role among like Salesforce admin, Salesforce developer, then Salesforce architect, what has more demand in the market? So globally, that's just had that thing in mind.
See, it starts with the Salesforce admin to a developer. Obviously, developer are more demanded in the market, but admin is also required by every company in the market, because the person who is doing development, they don't need, they cannot do admin stuff, because admin stuff is a daily job. Developer stuff is not a daily job. It's like a one-time task, 3 months task, done, finish. But admin stuff is a stable job. So development people hire on contract basis, that okay, for 6 months I'm being hiring you, and then okay, fine, your project is done, you're out. But for the admin, if you look for the admin, you will find yourself on a very big space. Okay, so I'll be stable in the company because company will require admin all the time. Any small changes required, admin is the one who's being the primary reached out by.
All right. Okay. That sounds good. The reason I asked was it looks like, I keep seeing Salesforce developers, developer openings, keeps like, knocking the door all the time here and there. I keep seeing this notifications coming in.
So Salesforce developer is why, so it is like, if you learn Salesforce development, you have basic knowledge of Salesforce to admin too. So company in this pandemic situation, companies seeing their own stuff too. They are looking forward. Okay, so a person who have development with the admin would be a good combination for us.
Fantastic. Yeah. Makes sense. Thanks, Devika.
Thanks. Okay.
Hello, Devika.
Hi.
This is Krishna.
Hi, Krishna.
My question, once we clear Salesforce certification exam, is it valid for lifelong?
Yes, it's valid for lifelong, but there's a condition in between. It's like you have to take care of the releases of Salesforce. So in an year, there are 3 releases. One is the winter, another is the summer, spring and the summer. 3 releases you have to take care. If you miss any of the release after clearing your certification, you would not be able to continue the Salesforce certification as your own. It will be lapse. So it's a free of cost. For the first time you have to pay. After that, it's a free of cost, all the releases. So you have to just make sure that you clear your release exam, which is nowhere. You don't have to go anywhere for those exams. You just have to sit in at your home and do 6 or 7 questions are there. You just have to do those exams.
Yeah, like how many certifications will be there?
So certification would be 201 you'll be doing, and once you complete the 201 certification, you have to keep on renew it. Renew it means you have to give your release exams, because every release Salesforce gives something, launch something different in the system. They make something change in the system. So that change would be to let everyone know that change, that this has been changed or this has been newly added into the Salesforce. They do releases, and if you do not take those releases, or you lapse the timing line of the releases, that will cause your certification lapse. So means you are not updating yourself with the platform, which Salesforce do not. Salesforce want that you update yourself with the platform.
Yeah. And
So
I have one more
Devika, again
question.
adding to this, I'm so sorry. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, please.
Now, adding to this question, that means that every winter, summer, and you gave me another third period. So we keep actually doing this year over year, or just the first year? Is
No,
there
no, no.
something like
It's
that?
year over year. So it's every year they do 3 releases. That's why Salesforce is so demanding that they improvise themselves. And if they are improvising, they want their certified people also to improvise so that they have their recent skill set with them. When they go in the market, it will be as recent technology, recent skill set. So that's why they do this.
Excellent.
So I hope this session was pretty interactive and knowledgeable for all of you. And Dave and Ravi, if there are more questions, you can just take it and let me know. I'll respond to those questions from entire team.
Okay, well, this is a recording session, so all of you who have registered that with your proper email will get a copy. If some of you have not given the right email, nothing to worry. After, I would say, 24 to 48 hours, if you can log into www.stratyges.com, you'll get a copy of that presentation on our website under Salesforce tab. If you have any questions, please feel free to send an email to training@stratyges.com. There'll be two sort of people. We'll have people like Suchi, who has the skills, being working there, needs a job, and then working with a product partner company like Stratyges might help her get a job to what she's doing. And there'll be many of you who would like to get training, and then after post-training, you want a job. Well, both of you segment of startup people are welcome. Reason being, as a Salesforce product partner company, we can help you both ways. If you still have any questions you're hesitant asking now, please feel free to ask at training@stratyges.com. The HR will follow up with you. The training track starting second week of August. We will provide you those who are interested. There is a little formality for the people. This is offered for the people who are in the USA. So please reach out to them. They will explain you the track, the timings, and everything. Because every 2 months we start the track, every 2 months or 3 months. So I think it's starting second or third week of August. But please reach out to training@stratyges.com. They'll give you the schedule. And based on that schedule, you can start. We have 2-3 tracks going on. So depending upon the next available track, you can join in that class. If you miss it, no problem. There'll be another track. You can join that track also for Salesforce. Okay. Ravi, anything you want to add?
Yeah, like not only in India and the US, we have Canada and Australia also. There is one gentleman, Shanmuganathan. He's from Melbourne, Australia. In fact, if you go to if you look at Indeed com.aus, in Indeed, like Australia has got a lot of demand, and the pays for pay for Salesforce admins in Australia is more than $125,000 this for 2 years, and it is much more than what people get in the US. And for developers, it is $150,000, and it is a booming market actually. And so just to mention that, and coming to US, the people get 90,000 here, but much more than US. Australia is a bigger market for Salesforce. For Sharmagnatham, I can, if you can drop your email with us at training@stratyges.com, we can definitely get back to you, because this is the timings we're going to maintain, because this is the timings Devika likes, and this will be convenient timings for you also. So
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I said thank you very much for the kind extension of these your services here. In fact, I'm managing a group of a team of administrators, and me participating here is more for my own knowledge, and of course, I'm also trying to upgrade my skill, and this is fantastic for me.
And yeah, what is your, like, you can send an email to training at this one, or what is your this one? If you are registered, we'll get back to you. Okay.
Sure. Thank you very much.
And similarly to Aarti and Srinivas, Venkat, anyone in US, Suchi and everyone, we'll get back to you, everyone again. And even in US, you can look at Indeed.com and look for salaries, and just type Salesforce admin and leave the location blank, because remote jobs, you might get $5, $10 less than the low on-site people. Like, so yeah, so you can look at it. That is my parting advice to you all.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm not bragging or anything. This is the one skill which you can pick up in 3 months. That is like 5 weeks of this training, and under 2-3 weeks of brushing up certification, and then getting your resume and everything ready and getting marketed. Everything takes nearly 2.5 months. And I'm being very pragmatic.
But what surprises me is it's a noble cause you all are doing. I mean, whatever we do, what's in for us? That's the question we ask. But here, otherwise, it rarely come across such a situation or scenario.
Yeah.
I guess it hits you some point of time in your life that you can't eat money for food. So with so much.
Absolutely. Is the COVID with the money you can't spend. I mean, at the moment, I'm in Melbourne. We're in 6 weeks lockdown. I'm working from home. I can't even go out to do anything.
So that does humbles you down. And then majority of us, we spend our life wondering, and then we expect someone to have a magical wand and fix all our problems without realizing we can fix it by ourselves. So someone has to do it. So we thought of why not ourselves doing it. So we first thought humbly we'll do it for 200-300 people, but the response is a little overwhelming. But that's okay. That also means, we also have to work 16-18 hours a day, and the priceless smile which we see people's face and the difference which you can make in their life is something which I guess
money can buy.
Yeah, money can't buy. But everything else there is MasterCard, but that's okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Again,
you very much.
It's our art of giving. So those who wants to take benefit of this session, please do so. Those who just came in to see and feel it, that's okay too. And we have several such sessions. So if you go to our website or on YouTube page, you will see different tracks, and we will continue to add those tracks in case you're looking for a particular way. I've already explained which are our more focused tracks are, or popular tracks are. But if any one of you need any particular technology and that's in demand, we can add that also. So thank you all for your time, and I look forward to hearing with you or speaking to you as and when you guys have any questions, and thank you all for your time.
Thank you so much. Thanks you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Bye. Take care, all.
Thank you.
Thank you.